So the final Doctor that I have to talk about in the lineup of the Doctors is the 13th Doctor, played by actress Jodie Whittaker. Now, technically, with the numbering, this Doctor is actually number 15, not number 13, but once again, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, we'll just call her Doctor number 13. As I said, she is played by Jodie Whittaker, and aside from being the first canon female Doctor, Jodie has been the Doctor for, so at this point, 2 years from 2018 to the present day. Now, the idea of a female Doctor has actually been thrown around quite a bit for years. Apparently, back in the 1980s, one of the names they considered for the role of the Seventh Doctor was apparently Dawn French, which, okay, I can think it's a little bit weird, but I can see that working. And apparently, one of the names they considered for the post of the Ninth Doctor before Christopher Eccleston was ultimately cast was Judi Dench. You know what? Once again, fair enough. Then I don't know if I can necessarily see it, but you know what? Fair enough. So the idea of a female Doctor has been thrown around quite a bit, and even in the 1999 comic relief sketch, *The Curse of Fatal Death*, the final version of the Doctor that we see is a female version played by Joanna Lumley. And okay, that version was just silly. I mean, fair play to Joanna Lumley, she is a talented actress, but that really was pretty silly. But our first canon female Doctor that we see is played by Jodie Whittaker. So this was a big deal, namely because one, we're getting a new female Doctor, and two, we're getting a new showrunner in the form of Chris Chibnall, who had written stories for Doctor Who before, including 42 back in series 3. And at this point, Jodie has been going for 2 series of Doctor Who, and is apparently in the middle, and is at the moment filming a 3rd series, which is nice to see. In her 2 years so far aboard the TARDIS, she has encountered a load of different foes, including Simshar, Remnants, Krasko, Pating, the Thajarians, the Skithra, the Morax, the Dregs, the Solitract, including a few old favourites such as the Master, the Daleks, the Jadoon, and the Cybermen, which is nice to see. She at the current time I'm recording this has had 3 main companions, all of which have kind of stuck with her mainly from the start. Those 3 companions being Graham O'Brien, played by actor and TV presenter Bradley Walsh, Ryan Sinclair, his step-grandson, played by Tosin Cole, and Yasmin Khan, a police officer from Sheffield, played by Mandip Gill. And the 3 of them, they have legitimate chemistry, and they do work well off each other. Now Walsh and Cole are set to leave following this year's New Year's special, but apparently Mandip Gill is due to stick around for a while, so we may see more of Yaz. Yeah, it's nice to see. Now, Jodie has been in for so far 2 complete seasons or series, and those encompass 21 episodes following 19 separate stories, with the upcoming New Year's special, Revolution of the Daleks, set to increase her to 22 stories overall. Or 22 episodes overall. And in the 2 years that she has been the Doctor, I personally think from her 2 series, the best of her 2 series that I would personally say are Rosa, the 3rd episode of Series 11, and Spyfall, the first 2 episodes of Series 12, which those ones I think are the best. I know some people will say other ones like It Takes You Away, and I will admit Can You Hear Me from Series 12 is particularly good, but I would say Rosa and the 2 parts of Spyfall are the best from her series, but the ones that I would consider guilty pleasures that you definitely have to check out are The Witchfinders, which is I think like the 8th episode of Series 11, which I feel is underrated, but you definitely should check out. I mean, it's got Alan Cumming as King James, what more do you want? And Fugitive of the Jadoon from Series 12, which was just mad beginning to end. I mean, you got the Jadoon, they're mad enough. You got the Return of Captain Jack, that's... We weren't expecting that, and that for me was brilliant, and he's due to come back for the next episode at New Year's, which is nice to see. And, of course, a new version of the Doctor, played by Joe Martin, which that came out of nowhere. I did not see that coming, and the episode is just mad overall. Now, despite her having, I would say, a pretty good run over the past 3 years, she does still get a kind of a lot of backlash from fans. Some saying that she's not a good doctor. Some say, well, some think it was too big a change to go from a male doctor to a female doctor. Others say she's not a particularly very good actress of the role. I personally think she does great. I mean, I went through the same period of uneasiness that I did with Matt Smith and well, I did for all of the New Who Doctors. David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi. I did go through a period thinking, does this work? Is she a good doctor? But gradually over time, yeah, she did actually become a really good doctor for me. I mean, each doctor has a moment in their first episode where they go, it's all going to be okay. I'm the doctor, and you like, yeah, I feel safe with this person. For me, in her first episode, the woman who fell to earth, it was when she was standing above the crane talking down Sim Shah. I heard that speech and I was like, yeah, she's the doctor. I can do this. And once again, after about 4 or 5 episodes, I did feel like she was doing a really, really good job. I will admit I wasn't entirely convinced by her new TARDIS console, but I have grown to really like it. So I would say, even if you're a little hesitant on Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor, give her a chance. Watch through her episodes. Don't immediately judge her just because this Doctor is a little different. Just give her a chance, watch through her episodes, and then make your overall decision. You might just find you enjoy her. Well, there you go. The last of my Doctor's breakdowns, and that's pretty much all you need to know about the Doctor. Maybe I'll do one of these one day for companions list, but you know what? It's been fun kind of looking back at the various Doctors and discovering what made each of them tick, how they worked each one, and yeah, I mean, Jodie, just before I sign off, Jodie's Doctor I think is very much kind of more on the bubbly side, just loving the thriller adventure and the thriller travel. So definitely check her out for that. There you go, my quick breakdown of the 13th Doctor. Can't wait to see what the future may hold. Anyway, until then, see ya.